All right, so today we are talking about factoring quadratics, and we're doing like the harder kind, right? They get a little bit more confusing. So, if you know how to factor them one way already and you're really good at it, I mean, you can stay with it. But I'll show you a way where you can factor all kinds of quadratics. Okay, so I'm going to start with one that's not too bad. How about a 7x squared minus 31x minus 20. All right, so the numbers are a little bit um, hard, but it's not really that confusing with the way that we do it. Okay, so the first step is always GCF first. Okay, always GCF first. So here I'm going to look at the 7 and the 31. They're both prime, so I know that they don't have any factor in common. So I can't do the GCF for these guys. So I'm going to go to the next step, which is just to factor this quadratic, okay? So there's no GCF. But you have to make sure every time you do a factoring problem, you do GCF first. Okay, so let's go and factor this guy. What you do is I take, well, in a quadratic, you guys know that this is A, B, and C, right? So I take A times C, which is 7 times negative 20, which gives me 140, negative 140, right? And then I do a little T-chart, and I'm going to list all the factors of this number. So basically, numbers that multiply together to give you 140 negative. So I have a negative 1 and 140, 1 and negative 140, and I'm going to keep listing them, right? My goal is to find two numbers that add up to be negative 31. And so I can go on to 2 and negative 70, negative 2 and positive 70. They don't add up to be negative 31, right? They add up to be like negative 68 or positive 68 or negative 139, blah, blah, blah. If you're really good with your numbers, you can jump straight to it, right? But if you're not, you can keep going. Just do the next one. 3 doesn't go into it, right? So you do 4, or 4 doesn't go into it, then you do 5, and so on, right? This one comes out to be, what would it be, 5? 5 and negative, um, let's see, 28. Hey, that doesn't work. How about 4? And negative, let's see, 25 and 1035. Oh, there you go, negative 35. There. These guys will work, right? Because they add up. 4 plus negative 35 is negative 31. That's what I want. I want negative 31. So I have these two numbers, and I'm going to use them. So I drop the first term down, 7x squared plus, because it's a positive 4, plus 4x. And then minus 35. And then minus 20 from this term. These two terms here, you can switch the order. It doesn't matter, okay? But let's keep going. I group them, and I make sure I put a plus sign in between them, okay? So plus in between. So, and then now I group the first two and I group the last two, and I take out the GCF from both of them. Take out the GCF. Okay, so I take out the X. So I have 7x plus 4. And here I can take out like a negative 5. So I have 7x plus 4. All right, the goal is to make whatever is left look exactly the same on both of them. Now, if I took out a positive 5, I would have negative 7x minus 4, which is not what I want. So I would take out a negative 5 instead. So you want to make this look the same as that. So this is where you're done, basically. So the ones that look the same, that's your factor, 7x plus 4. And the things that you took outside are your other factors. So x minus 5 is your other factor. Okay, so that is how you factor a little bit of a harder quadratic. All right, let's do another. I'll do 2 more and then we'll be done. So I have 4x squared plus 34x plus 42. Okay, what is the first step? Always GCF, right? So GCF. So I'm going to do the GCF first. Do they have anything in common? I think they can divide it by 2, so I'm going to take a 2 out. So I have 2x squared plus 17x plus 21. Yeah, there's nothing else to take out, so that is the GCF. Now this 2 here, you want to keep it and save it until you all the way at the bottom, okay? So that 2 stays there. Now you factor this quadratic, all right? So you take your A is that, B is that, and C is that, all right? So I'm going to do A times C, which is 2 times 21, which is 42. All right, so I take 42 and I'm going to break it down. So 1 times 42. It's positive, so you don't have to do the positive negative. Just 1 times 21, not 42. And then 2 times, wait, okay, I'm confused. 1 times 42, 2 times 21, 3 times 14, and there, these are the numbers because 3 plus 14 is equal to 17, and I want 17. All right, so I'm going to ignore the 2 for now, okay? So this 2 is there, but I'm going to do this. So I have 2x squared plus 3x plus 14x plus 21, and I'm going to group them. Then I take out an x from both of them here. That's it. That's their greatest common factor. And I have 2x left, okay, plus 3. So this step here, you just want to take out the greatest common factor, whatever you could. Take out the biggest thing you could. And here, put a plus sign. And I can take out a 7 from both of these. So I have 2x plus 3 left. So that's what I want, right? So that's one factor, 2x plus 3. And the other factor is the x and the plus 7. So x plus 7. Remember that 2 needs to be in there. 2 is part of it. The 2 that we took out in the beginning, that is part of that. Don't lose that 2. Last problem, I have 20x squared minus 4x minus 72. Okay, GCF first. So I think I can take out a 4 from all of them. So 4, and I have 5x squared minus x minus 18, I believe. Yep. All right, so that 4 will go all the way down here. And don't lose it. Now we factor this guy. So 5 times negative 18 is negative 90. And then so you have 1, negative 90. Negative 1 and 90. 2 and negative 45. Negative 2 and 45. And so on and so forth. And you go down and ultimately it gets to 9 and negative 10. Because 9 plus negative 10 is equal to negative 1, which is what we want in the middle here. So I have 5x squared plus 9x minus 10x minus 18. You know, you can switch the positive 9 and negative 10 and it won't matter. So I'm going to switch that just so to show you that it doesn't matter. So minus 10x plus 9x minus 18. It won't matter, okay? So I take out 5x here. And I have x minus 2. And I take out 9 here. And I still have x minus 2. There. So my factors are x minus 2 and then 5x plus 9.